Okay, I'm just going to show the veggie garden here. It's just a square block here with a pathway up the middle. I just covered the fruits, so now I'll cover the veggies in the garden. Got some yellow beans here. I've just harvested a big basket of those last night. Some green beans there that were planted a little bit later. We just had a bit of a windstorm in the last half hour, so it's pushed a lot of plants over. And the big squirrely stuff in the middle is raspberries, which I purposely let go to seed because I really enjoy the seed pods. Seed pods are fairly juicy and they taste just like radish, but I find them better eating and easier to snack on than the radishes themselves. So I let them go to seed and eat those seed pods when they first appear and plumpen up. They're really good. Tiny Tim there, it's a little determinate cherry tomato. Just little tiny cherries on it, but it's looking good. A lot of the this bed is the spring, early summer type vegetables, so it's being harvested now. A couple remnants left, some kohlrabi and turnips, kale, some lettuce, which hasn't bolted yet, but it's probably not going to taste too good right now. Some beets in there that are a little bit overgrown. Swiss chard, it's Northern Lights. It's a really nice looking, very easy to grow plant. Some tomato berry cherry tomatoes. That's my first time trying them. They probably need a bit more water, but they're looking good. Some sugar snap peas there. They're a miniature variety that only grow 2 to 3 feet tall, and they were pretty tasty. They're about done now. It's getting late in the season here in July. There's a couple on there, and a couple more flowers starting, so I'm just going to leave them there and we'll see what happens. A couple more beets down there. More radishes again. It looks a little unsightly, but those radish pods are quite delicious, so I do enjoy eating them, and the kids like them a lot too, although they find them a little spicy. Some purple beans and scarlet runner beans. Sweet peas, onions, got white onions planted from seed, and some purple onions planted from miniature bulbs. This was all strawberries for the last 3 or 4 years, and it stopped being productive, so I dug that up and just planted some potatoes in last week. So I should get a late crop of potatoes in there. 3 or 4 varieties of carrots in there. They're about cigar size now, and they're pretty tasty. Some snowball marigolds there. All peppers in here except for my little banana plant. I grew that last year, dug it up in the fall before the frost, or just after the first frost. Wrapped it in newspaper and put it in the basement, and it's brought it out in the springtime after the danger of frost was gone, and it's growing quite healthily, so I'll try to build that up a little bit each year. And there's a couple okra plants here too. That one's got a pod that's ready now. These are Clemson okras. I don't eat a lot of okra, but I do enjoy growing them, and they actually have a really nice flower. Several different varieties of peppers. I see I just got a bit of wind damage here, so I'll have to stand those up again. Some cucumbers and zucchini. There's several zucchinis ready right now. These are sugar snap peas as well, a taller variety. It gets almost to 6 feet tall. Lots of peas off them this year, but they're just about done now. I'll pull those out within the week. On the back side here we have Jacob's Cattle shell beans, so I'll let those pods grow out and dry out, and then that'll be a baking bean type thing. So that's just getting started now. Got a row of tomatoes here, sun sugars here, cherry tomatoes. Probably my favorite right now. I've been trying 2 or 3 varieties here. This one's a golden tomato, and it's really sweet, sometimes almost too sweet, but it's an excellent heavy cropper, easy to grow, and good tasting. This is a Defiant tomato. It's a full-size tomato, and it's supposed to be fairly resistant to most diseases, and I get a lot of late blight here, so I put some straw down to help that, and I move my tomatoes from bed to bed each year, and It did split there in the middle from just not tying it up properly on the stake, but so far not too much disease. It's still early in the season to tell yet. This is Sun Peach. It's another cherry tomato. It's going to be gold and yellow color. Hawaiian pineapple. It's a bigger tomato, heirloom style. And Bonnie's Best, which is an heirloom tomato, although I find it quite susceptible to disease. And these are all duplicates here, again, of the same type of things. So just going up here, I've got a bed of cannas. They're just getting going now. Got some stevia there. I quite enjoy it in the tea. It's a sweetener. Over here, this is my little bed that I put a cold frame on in the springtime, and when it gets a bit warmer I take that off. Now I've got some peanuts growing there. You can see they've got little yellow flowers on them, and then the peanuts will grow underneath. Didn't have very good germination. There's only 4 plants there out of probably a dozen I planted. Had a really good crop last year, but it's looking a little poor this year. There's Malcolm, Claire. Over here I've got some watermelons, which for some reason didn't grow this year. They're about the same size as I planted them 2 months ago. So they didn't grow. The same variety grew quite well for me last year, but not this year. It's a big elderberry plant there that kind of sprung up on its own. My cantaloupe here, it's early Canada hybrid, I think. It's got good sized cantaloupes on it already, and I had great luck with that one last year too, so I'll keep growing that. Here I got some potatoes, Norland red potatoes. I dug 4 plants today. We'll be taking those up to the cottage. So it's pretty good yield from 4 plants there. The red Norland potatoes tend to ripen earlier than the other ones. These are russet Burbanks back here, and they're probably another week away and they'll be ready as well. The plants are dying back, so they're almost ready. And I think that's it for the veggie garden.